Hello family, good evening. I hope each one of you is doing well. Today has been a very difficult day since the beginning of the month and even since the beginning of the year 2026. I understand most of you right now, you are scared, you are nervous, you are hopeless, you are fearful, you don't know what will come next. I make this video today to encourage us, each one of us, that everything do happen with a reason. And in moments like this, let's find reasons why to stay together and to be united in purpose. Let us all love each other. Let us all check on each and every person, and let us ensure the welfare of all the people that we know who are in this place are well taken care of. I mean, check on your friend through a text, through a phone call, so that we get to know the people who are distracted or who are in dangers, so that we can see how we can help them. Also, I will ask you all to remain calm. In moments like this, let's not lose our temperatures. Let's not lose our cool. Let's be informed. Let's follow the news, the things that are going on, so that we be updated. And as well, let us be very careful on the things that we are posting on social media. If it's something that is destroying instead of encouraging, I'll ask you all, let us not be contributors to the destruction of the lives of other people. Because right now, people have panicked, people are fearful, and every person is trying to look for a source of information for them to consume before the day ends. So once you're sharing something with your friend, with your relative, let it be that is an information that is verified and an information that is not misleading any person. With that being said, the purpose of our video today, I made this video to discuss about our welfare constitution. The Abagusi Qatar Association, we voted for our welfare last time, and today is our last day for the first group. For the registration of the first group, today will be our last day, so that we can begin with our projects as fast as possible. I'll take you all through our constitution. I'll read to you. I'll do it both in English and Swahili, so that we get to understand better of what is in the Constitution. Article 1 of the Abagusi Qatar Association Welfare Constitution, it says, is a preamble: we, the members of the Abagusi Qatar Association, AQA, united by common origin, shared values, and mutual responsibility, hereby establish this welfare constitution to promote unity, dignity, social protection, and collective progress among Abagusi members legally residing and working in the state of Qatar. This constitution shall guide the governance, management, and administration of the AQA Welfare Fund, and shall serve as the supreme reference in all welfare-related matters. Article 2 of our Constitution is about the name of our community, the status, and the jurisdiction. Article 2, Clause 1, it says, the welfare shall be known as AQA Welfare, operating under the umbrella of the Abagusi Qatar Association, into brackets AQA. Clause 2, I will give it in points. Point 2, The welfare shall operate within the state of Qatar and shall serve only eligible members who are defined herein. This constitution shall have binding authority over all welfare members, leaders, committees, and organs. Article 3 is all about the objectives and the purpose of our welfare constitution. The objectives of AQA welfare shall be to, number 1, provide financial and social support to members during emergencies and distress. Number 2, to promote solidarity, dignity, and collective responsibility among members. Number 3, to establish sustainable welfare funding mechanisms. Number 4 is to support members during critical life events such as an accident of the principal member. Number 5, to ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness in welfare management. Article 4 of our Constitution is about the definitions and interpretation. In this Constitution, unless the context otherwise requires, a member, it means a registered and active welfare member who possess AQA membership ID. That is a full member. An active member is a member who make contributions actively until where we are at as a team. Welfare fund, it means monies collected for welfare purposes. Immediate family, it means spouse, children, and biological parents. Executive committee, it means elected AQA leadership. The quorum, it means the minimum number of members required to conduct official meeting and make a decision. Article 5 of our welfare constitution is all about the membership. Number 1, under Article 5, clause number 1, it is all about the eligibility of a member. Membership shall be open to persons of Gusii origin legally residing in Qatar. So the members who are allowed to be part of the AQA welfare are for the people who have the Gusii origin and who reside in Qatar. Option 2 is for women married to Aba Gusii men, and also they must be residing in Qatar. So membership of our welfare is open kwa wale ambao ni Wakisii ambao wanaishi Qatar. Namba ya pili ni kwa wale wanawake ambao wameolewa na Wakisii. Alafu hao wanawake lazima wakuwe wanaishi Qatar kwa wakati wa registration. I understand your contract may end, and if you go back to Kenya, you will still remain to be our member as long as you are an active member. Article 5, clause 2 is about registration and admission procedure. A lot of misinformation has been given out there, and that is why we are doing this video to inform our members. A lot of people have come, they have told you that in AQA we are paying 1,000 Kenya shillings every month. That is not true. I will read for you the registration and admission procedure as per our constitution. Every member shall complete an official registration form that we have in the website. Every member must have a valid Qatar ID, and legal residence proof is mandatory for us to prove that this person is in Qatar. A one-time non-refunded welfare registration fee of 1,000 Kenya shillings is payable upon joining. When a member joins us, he has to register with 1,000 Kenya shillings for the welfare wing, and this amount of money is paid only once. And this amount of money is not refunded. This is for the welfare, not for the regular members. If you want to belong to the welfare, unahitajika urejeste kukuwa member wa welfare na shilingi 1,000 za Kenya. Another point, new member shall undergo a 3-month dominance period during which they are not eligible to receive any welfare benefits. Number 2, they are required to contribute to other members' bereavement cases. What we mean in this point is any person who joins our welfare program, after registering, they have to go through a 3 months dominance period. And in these 3 months, they are required to make contributions to other members' cases. The previous members who have been in the group since the beginning, they are required to make contributions for their bereavement cases. And these new members, during their dormance period, they are not eligible to receive any welfare funds in case they get an emergency during that period. They have to wait until 3 months ends. After probation, that time the member becomes fully active and eligible for all the benefits. A registered member and active who leaves the state of Qatar shall remain to be a member of the Abagusi Qatar Association, provided that he or she continues to be active, compliant with this constitution, and adheres to all applicable AQA policies and obligations. Any member, by instance, if you leave Qatar, you will still remain to be our legally member, and you will enjoy the benefits of being a member of our community. Article 5, Clause 3 is the right of members, and it states members have the right to access welfare benefits as provided, as I've read to you. Number 2, they have the right to vote on welfare matters. And number 3, to receive welfare reports and statement. I'm sorry for the distraction. This is a government alert from the Ministry of Interior. It tells us to stay at home. Still, things aren't safe out there. So we encourage each and every person to stay at home and be safe. Let us all follow the procedures and the alerts that the government is giving us, so that we can make this process be easy and we don't get ourselves into problems. Article 5, Clause 4, it's all about the obligations of members. Members shall pay welfare contributions, observe discipline and respect leadership, attend meetings and attend meetings when required. Article 5, Clause 5 is about termination of membership. Membership may cease through, number 1, voluntary withdrawal. Hapa ni mtu akichoka kukuwa member wetu, they can leave voluntarily. Number 2 is by 3 persistent defaults in contributions. Hapa ni penye member, in case they make defaults once, twice and thrice, persistently they will lose their membership. Number 3 is because of disciplinary expulsion. Once a member violates our constitution and our policies, they will lose their membership. Note, any person whose membership has been seized or been terminated shall only be eligible for re-registration as a member upon payment of readmission fee of 1,500 Kenya shillings. In addition to meeting all current registration requirements, if a member becomes unruly, he shall be suspended from the group for 2 months until when he or she shows change and interest to come back, after undergoing scrutiny from the disciplinary committee. If they are bereaved during this period of suspension, contributing for them will depend on their records if they are up to date. What does this mean? If a member becomes unruly, if a member becomes of bad character, they will be punished by being suspended from the group for a period of 2 months. Na kama watapatwa na janga while they are still under suspension, contribution for them will be considered to how they have been doing their contributions to other members. Article 6 is all about beneficiaries and contributions. Article 6, Clause 1 is the declaration of beneficiaries. Each member shall submit a written declaration form of their beneficiaries at the time of registration. Updates must be made promptly in case of any changes. Once you join our welfare program, first of all, you will submit your information. You will fill in the form that we have in the website that is for the welfare members. You will fill in the information about your next of kin, your beneficiaries, and your family members of which you intend to assure. Every member must list their beneficiaries in writing when registering with AQA. Members must also submit all required legal documents during registration. If there is any change in marriage, birth of a child, or death, the member must update AQA immediately in writing. So in case there is a change, whether umepata mtoto, whether umeolewa, whether kumekuwa na janga la kifo, you will write to the officials regarding the changes. If a member fails to submit beneficiary details or documents at registration, AQA will not be responsible for any issues or claims if something happens. So pale penye unajaza your form in the website, you have to fill in all the details. In case ukose kufill details ya mtu mwenye you are covering and any problem happen to them and we don't have their information in your form, that one AQA will not be responsible. We are going to be responsible on the members who are on your form. Wale watu tumejaza kwa form, those are the people that AQA will offer support towards. For a new baby to be added as a beneficiary, the date of birth of the baby will be checked and the date the member joined AQA welfare program will also be checked. Kama umekuwa member wa AQA in the welfare program and you've been a member for a while but haukukuwa umeregister mtoto wako, maybe you have a kid outside there, alafu unfortunately ukakuja kumregister baadaye, tutaangalia tarehe ya huyo mtoto yenye alizaliwa na tarehe yenye uliingia kwa welfare program. Tukiangalia huyu mtoto amezaliwa before uingie kwa welfare na haukusubmit majina zake wakati ulikuwa na register kwa welfare, that one AQA will not be responsible. AQA will be responsible for the new babies who are born when their date of birth is after the member joined our welfare program. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. That's why I'm reading it very slowly for all of you to understand what we mean. AQA may verify all information and documents, and benefits may be delayed or be denied if details are missing, late, or incorrect. All of the information that you have given us, we are going through all of the information. We'll go through them, and if any crucial information is missing, AQA will not be responsible for that. So we truly need to be very, very intentional when we are submitting information and documents. Article 6, Clause 2 is about the contributions. Each welfare member must contribute 1,000 Kenya shillings for each phase when the kitty is almost finished. This point is confusing a lot of people. A lot of people have reached out to me, Mr. Chairman, kindly try to elaborate this point. A lot of people, they have been told that in AQA mnalipa 1,000 kila mwezi. That is not true. In AQA, first of all, once you join our welfare program, you will register to become our welfare member by paying 1,000 Kenya shillings only. And after you join the welfare, we will have kitty contributions. Kitty contributions ni zile pesa zenye tutakusanya, tuzieke kwa bank, zingoje crisis. When crisis come, that's when we go to the bank and withdraw that money so that we can cover any emergency that has come. And that kitty amount of money, last time we had a meeting and all members, they decided in one voice that they will make a contribution of 1,000 Kenya shillings in phases. What do we mean? Let's say now we are in February. We are going to begin our kitty contribution, let's say from March the 7th. We give it a period of 7 days or 10 days to March the 17th. All of the welfare members mtafanya contribution zenyu. Kila mtu atatoa 1,000. Then tukusanye hizo pesa tuzieke pamoja in the kitty savings. Tukishaweka zile pesa huko, let's say tumemanage kukusanya 500,000, zile pesa zitakaa huko. Kesi ya kwanza ikuje, let's say we have lost a principal member. In that 500,000, tutoe 150,000 tumpatie kwa msiba, tutakuwa tumebaki na 350,000. That 350,000 itabaki kwa kiti. We come to the second instance. In case we have another emergency, let's say a member have lost the mother or the father, like a family member who is the father and the mother and your children. Let's say, for example, umepoteza mtoto wako, we will go to the kitty again and withdraw 100,000 and cover that emergency. So pale bado tutakuwa tumebaki na 250. Another case, if it comes, tutaenda tena pale tutoe zile pesa zikipungua. Unaona zikipungua, let's say zimepungua, zimekuja hata 100,000. That is when again the welfare coordinator will announce an alert for members to make contributions. So it is not that you are going to pay 1,000 every month. That is not true. You're going to pay 1,000 in a long period of time. Let's say ukilipa 1,000 and all of that month tusikue na any case, your pesa ibaki hapo mpaka ile siku tutakuwa na case. Zile pesa zikishapungua, zikikuwa kidogo, that is when we will do another contribution. So whoever who is telling you that AQA mnalipa 1,000 ya welfare kila mwezi, huyo anakudanganya. Umkemee kabisa na umwambie aache kukupotoza. Hiyo ni tabia mbaya sana na tumeikataa. So on this point of contributions, strict compliance is required. Any member who fails to contribute within 1 month period shall be charged a penalty of 200. Let's say when we are doing our kitty contributions and you fail to make your contributions within the time that is being given, you will be charged a penalty of 200 Kenya shillings. Hapa ni penye tukifanya kitty contributions, tutawapatia muda. Tutawapatia like within 1 month to raise a certain amount of money in our kitty for emergency purposes. And if you fail to pay that amount of money within that period, you will be charged an extra 200 shillings. A bereaved member must provide a valid M-Pesa number where the approved welfare support will be sent. All money contributed to AQA welfare is non-refundable. A member who leaves the association or is removed shall not demand or receive any refund under any circumstances. Welfare payments shall only be made after approval by the chairman, with agreement of all leaders and after a proper investigation by the welfare trustee investigation team. When we are releasing the welfare payments to a bereaved member, first of all, it has to be approved by the chairperson and with agreement with other leaders, and after a proper investigation has been done. The bereaved member must submit all required documents for verification, including the national ID and the burial permit, and any other documents be needed by the welfare committee. Payments shall only be approved if all documents are verified and match the member declaration form. We are going to cover our members only if the information that you provide during an emergency matches the information that you provided when you are registering into the welfare wing, the information that you provided in the declaration form. The member has a clean contribution and payment record. You will get support from AQA if you are a consistent member and you have a clean contributions and payment records. When a member receives welfare support during a problem, let's say bereavement or accident, an amount of 3,000 Kenya shillings shall be retained in the welfare kitty under that member's name. These 3,000 Kenya shillings represents the member's prior contributions and is kept to support the member during recovery, since many members are financially unstable immediately after a problem. The retained 3,000 Kenya shillings shall automatically cover the member's next 3 welfare contributions. During this period, the member will not be required to contribute, as the retained amount will stand in place of their contributions. After the 3 contributions are covered, the member shall resume normal welfare contributions like all other active members. This point, what it means ni, in case umefiwa, ukipatiwa zile pesa kutoka kwa AQA, 3,000 Kenya shillings zitabaki. Let's say if we are giving you 150,000, tutakupatia 147,000. 3,000 zitabaki. Hizi 3,000 kazi yake ni nini? Tunaelewa wakati member amefiwa, they become unstable financially. So hizi pesa zitabaki kukusupport ile mchango ikikuja next. Hii pesa ndo itatolewa uwekewe kwa jina yako when we are doing kitty contributions. I hope each one of you are understanding what I mean, because it's a direct point. I don't need to elaborate more than it is. It's a very clear point. Okay, Article 6, Clause 3, non-contributors. If a welfare member fails to contribute for 3 consecutive farewells, he or she will be automatically stopped being a welfare member and will be removed from the welfare group without further notice. If uanze kufanya madeni, uanze kukosa kufanya contributions zako for 3 consecutive kitty contributions, you will be removed from the welfare without any further notice. A member who has pending contributions is given up to 1 month to clear all arrears and update their records to the current contribution levels. In case umekuwa na madeni, ulikosa contribution ya kiti ya kwanza, ukakosa ya pili, unapatiwa 1 month, you clear the past arrears before you can catch up with other active members. If a member is bereaved during the 2nd month before clearing their pending contributions, no welfare contribution shall be made to them. In case umedeni mara mbili during our kitty contributions na msiba imekushika, janga imekushika wakati wa bado huja clear deni zako, your contributions will not be made. You have to clear your arrears. From there, then AQA welfare program will support you. Once the 1 month grace period ends without payment, the member shall be removed from the welfare system and platform without notice. If the member wishes to rejoin later, he or she must register afresh, and all conditions of new members under Article 5 shall apply. In case ukikosa kufanya kitty contribution zako, what will happen after 3 months, you'll be into suspension. Now ukiwa kwa suspension, you'll be given 1 month, you clear your arrears. If you cannot clear during that 1 month, if you want to join again the welfare, you have to start afresh. You have to begin as a new member, meaning you have to pay 1,000 registration fee and so on. Ninyi mulipigia constitution kura, so hii ni sheria na mnasemanga sheria ni msumeno. It cuts, you know. I find it very difficult to read this one because I don't love being strict on people, you know. If a member receives welfare support and later becomes inactive or stop contributing, the AQA Executive Committee shall take all reasonable measures to follow up and to ensure the members refund at least 80% of the welfare amount received. Ini ya wale members wanakuja wanapatiwa support wakati wako na shida yake kisha wanapotea. Our members wakipotea, AQA Executive Committee will follow up and try to get them. Tutawatafuta kila pahali. We'll look for them. Tutatafuta hata kama ni local chief, assistant chief. Tutawatafuta kwa social media until tuwapate. Na tukiwapata, having the evidence and reports, they have to make at least 80% of the contributions that they got. Because we understand there's some people, after they receive help, they cease from participating actively. Okay? Clause 4 under Article 6 is about the classification of beneficiaries. Class 1. Tuko na 2 classes in our AQA classification of beneficiaries. Class 1 is a principal member. Who is a principal member? A principal member, it's you who is our AQA registered member who has AQA membership ID. You are the principal member. And if, God forbids, anything happens to you, AQA will support you with 150,000 Kenyan shillings, and this amount of money will go to a person who you register as a beneficiary. Okay? It will go to your next of kin. Number 2, if you register 2 people as your beneficiaries, this amount of money will go as per the percentage of which you state under the classification of beneficiaries in the form that we have online. Class 2 member is your spouse, your children, and your biological parents. These class 2 members, if, God forbid, anything happens to them, AQA will support you with 100,000 for the support of your emergency or your challenge. The death of a group member who is an active contributor, in case a registered member of the welfare who is an active contributor dies, the welfare shall give 150,000. The money shall be handed over to the spouse or next of kin captured on the welfare membership form. So kwa welfare membership form, highlight who is your member, who is your next of kin, and who is worth to receive your benefits after an emergency or uncertain happens to you. If you are more than 2, okay, kama nyinyi mko more than 2 in the same family, and you join AQA welfare program, only 2 of you will be allowed to register your parents to cover them. You get the rest of the 2 members, ama the rest of 1 member kama mko 3, will register their children, their wives, their husband, but will not be allowed to register the same parents. Menielewa? However, such members shall remain fully eligible to register themselves as principal member, their spouse, and their children as beneficiaries, and shall be entitled to all welfare benefits relating thereto. This limitation shall not affect a member's entitlement to welfare support in respect of the principal member, spouse, or children, and is intended to safeguard the sustainability and fairness of the welfare fund. Article 8, it talks about finance and fund management. Article 8, Clause 1 is the source of funds. Funds shall be derived from members' contributions and registration fees. Article 8, Clause 2, it talks about banking and signatories. All funds shall be deposited in an approved account. AQA welfare program, we have a bank account, and this bank account is where the kitty will go to, okay? And the signatories of this bank account is the chairperson, the secretary general, and the treasurer. Hawa watatu ndo lazima wasign ndo pesa itoke kwa bank. If all of them 3 don't sign, if they disagree, or if one of them sign and the 2 don't sign, that amount of money haitatoka kwa bank. In the bank, we stated very clearly that all of these 3 people, all of these 3 officials must sign for any amount to be transacted from the bank. Article 8, Clause 4 is about transparency and accountability. All financial records in AQA shall be submitted quarterly, and audits shall be conducted, and reports shall be presented to members. After every 3 months, all statements will be downloaded and will be shared with members. In AQA, we value accountability and transparency, and that is our core values. So after every 3 months, AQA members will be receiving the statement concerning our financial status, where we are as a community. The association shall establish and maintain an official AQA digital membership portal through which members shall securely log in using their membership number and password to monitor their individual accounts, including contribution history, welfare status, and related records. The implementation of this digital system shall promote transparency, accountability, efficiency, and the adoption of advanced technology in the administration and management of the association and its welfare wing. We are going to build a system, I've said this more than once, that members will be allowed to log in using their membership number and their passwords. And once they log in into their membership portals, they will be able to monitor their contributions, how they've been doing contributions, their status, membership status, and everything. This one will help us to build that transparency and accountability where members, they entail to understand and to know what is going on behind the scenes. We don't want to leave our members in dark, okay? All contributions made by AQA welfare members shall remain strictly for welfare purposes and payouts. No portion of the contributions shall be invested or used in any other purposes, except as explicitly authorized by the AQA Constitution. The Constitution is very clear. Pesa zote tutakusanya during our kitty contributions, they will go direct to the AQA bank account. And all of this money will be there waiting for emergencies. Hakuna siku mtasikia pesa yenu imetoka kwa bank, imeenda kufanya investment, chairman ameanza biashara ya kulonisha watu pesa, treasurer ameanza biashara ya hii na pale. Those things, you will never hear them in AQA as long as we are there and we mean what we say. All the monies will be kept in the bank account waiting for emergencies. Article 9 is all about the welfare benefits. Let me be fast because of time. Article 9, Clause 1, it states the types of welfare supports and approved amounts. The welfare wing may provide support to eligible and active members under the following categories and amounts. Category A, death of a principal member. In the event of the death of an active principal member, the welfare fund shall provide financial support of Kenya shillings 150,000 only. If our member, God forbid, we lose him or we lose her, he will receive the support from AQA Welfare Fund of 150,000 Kenya shillings. If there is a death of an immediate family class 2 beneficiary, in the event of the death of approved immediate family member under class 2 beneficiary, the welfare fund shall provide a financial support of Kenya shillings 100,000 only. This is for your spouse, your children, and your biological parents. Type number C is accidents of a principal member. Where an active principal member is involved in a serious accident, the welfare fund shall provide support of Kenya shillings 50,000, subject to verification and approval. Terms and benefits